Hi guys, do you all miss me? By golly, I hope you do, because I've been spending 3 weeks making content that's not really Vanguard. Gee, I wonder why. Alright, pushing jokes aside, this is not really long overdue because there were some delays from our distributors. See what happened when I try to make Vanguard videos? Ugh. Yes, there's some sudden delays from the distribution side. Not really the distributor's fault, more towards the local customs, politics such and stuff, and if law enforcement are being dicks and all. So today I'll be opening and take a quick first look of the Cardfight Vanguard premium format premium deck set Jewel Knight, featuring Royal Paladins. Then again, Jewel Knights are from the Royal Paladins, unless Bushiroad decides to do like a cross clan thingy that's like been long overdue. Oh wait, overdress happened. Ha 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 ha. So what's so special about this premium deck set? Well, it's essentially you could say a second deck set series that encourages players to play the premium format, because the last time was the Grand Blue and Pale Moon dual deck set, which was quite amazing by right. But you know, how many people actually play Grand Blue and Pale Moon in actuality, in terms of the masses, because they're quite really specific deck builds. So for now, Bushi was being like, hey, let's release 3 different deck sets so we can see which one players like the most. So there are 3 of them. The first one featuring Jewel Knight, the second one featuring the Revengers, and the third one featuring the Musketeers. Now I'm actually stalling for time because I'm actually struggling to open this thing. Shame on me, I should have gotten myself a knife. Oh, never mind, got it. Okay, so based on my fumbling and my stallness of this video, you essentially saw the top part of the deck set, we could say front part, bottom part, back side. Here, you can just pause the video and just read. Oh, but then again, I'm just gonna have to call this out. Card gamers don't read. Yeah, I just remembered. TCG players don't really read. The reading is hard. Oh, I'm such a meanie right now because I haven't made videos like this in ages. But hey, to be fair, each one of these sets contain one pre-constructed deck. And yes, they are made ready to play, and based on the Japanese deck list converted to the English deck list, it's pretty amazing for what it is. And then a short storage box, as you can see here, a deck holder, and QR code in case you want to look at the official website of Bushiroad. Product information on the side display, the top display, and the other side display. Overall presentation, I like it. Probably because back then, when in the original series, when Jewel Knight first came out in Limit Break, I couldn't afford much because I was pretty much a kid. Not really much a kid, I'm just a young adult with no proper planning, with financial advances. But now I'm a grown-up with more irresponsible financial plannings and advances. So yeah, let's just take a glance to appreciate Salome's design. Oh yeah, by the way, for those who are unaware of the original series of Vanguard, this came in during the second part of the Limit Break era. This is the leading Jewel Knight Salome. Honestly, I prefer Ashley, but hey, beggars can't be choosers. But damn, look at that close-up. I do not see any hint of pixelization, unlike a certain few product that was released in English. But damn, clearly you guys can tell which part am I focusing, am I right? I am so hopeless. But yeah, I like how it looks like. I like the treatment the respectful treatment it receives for its artwork. So yeah, this is pretty good presentation for a product. Next, the content of the deck itself. So as you can see here, this is how it looks like inside. Here's the deck. By the way, they're using the the limit break version of leading Jewel Knight Salome, they don't really give you the V premium version of it, so it's not that cool. But then again, there is a redeeming value by Bushi giving us this limit break version, which you'll see later on. Next is the deck box itself, and it's one of those full-size deck boxes where you can fit in with your second layer sleeves, so you know Bushiroad is not playing with y'all on this. And I guess that's it. I mean, what would make it even more complete is if they were to provide you with a pack of sleeves, but you know, let's not demand so much. I mean, it's nice enough for Bushiroad to release a premium deck set, so let's keep it that. In terms of price point, well, in terms of retail value, this goes at 290 ringgit Malaysia as of this recording. That's the retail value. But you know how we do stuff in Hobby Spot, meh, different. Now let's look at the contents of the deck, shall we? Now, since this is not a booster pack, so I do not have to unravel it as if it's a booster pack, which you know, you might be expecting some high rarities of sorts. So, a fully playable premium format deck. Now, those who are unaware of what is a premium format Cardfight Vanguard game, probably I'll make a video about it very soon on how to play premium format and how to construct a premium format deck. As of now, let's take baby steps. I don't want to overwhelm myself. So here it is by its glory. Those who grew up playing Vanguard from the original era is aware of its ability, but mostly I'm guessing that most of you are brand new players who are unaware or not recognize who these characters are. The leading Jewel Knight Salome. Limit break 4, you can only activate this ability if you have 4 damage in your damage zone. If you have 4 or more rear guards with Jewel Knight in their card names, this unit gets plus 2000 power and 1 critical until the end of that battle. And unfortunately, it's only applicable when it's on Vanguard Circle. So yeah, most limit break abilities are limited to the Vanguard Circle, nothing on the Rear Guard Circle as of far. Its next ability, Special Counterblast, meaning that you have to counterblast 2 cards with Jewel Knight in its name from your damage zone, and you get to superior call one Jewel Knight card from your deck to your rear guard. Of course, you gotta shuffle your deck. I mean, come on, you've checked your deck. So in this deck, you are given 4 copies of Salome. So that's, I mean, if your winning strategy is basing on Salome, you gotta need 4 copies of this thing. What kind of idiotic move for a manufacturing company to give like what, 1 or 2 copies of your main unit? Wink wink, Bushiroad from years ago. But hey, they improve, they fix their errors, you know, we move on. Okay, next is 2 copies of Pure Heart Jewel Knight Ashley. This is the V Premium version, so which is actually pretty sweet itself. You can see the skills, but then again, card game, people who play trading card games don't really know how to read apparently, but they can somehow, you know, behave quite unruly, quite rude, and quite toxic. But you know, but reading itself is apparently hard. Anyway, I'll read it for you guys. At the end of the battle, this unit attack can be used on Vanguard or Rear Guard Circle. Sorry to mention that. I forgot to mention that. So blast 2 cards, superior call a grade 2 or less card with Jewel Knight in its name, and superior call it to the Rear Guard Circle. If this unit is on the Vanguard Circle, you get to call 2 cards instead of 1. So it's a win-win. Its second skill, when another unit is placed on this unit, counter blast 1, and then that new unit will get plus 1 critical until the end of the turn. So that is pretty sweet. Unfortunately, you're only given like 2 copies of it, but fret not. Now, those in my community, they are well aware I have a massive boner for the Royal Paladin clan. So I, in a way, have a full toolbox of it. So I do not have to worry of not having enough components for my deck. By the way, this video might be long because I'm taking time to deconstruct every single component in this deck, so that at least, you know, uninformed players are aware what this product is all about. So Broken Heart Jewel Knight Ashley Reverse. Again, this is the V Premium version, not the original version. So Soul Blast 2 cards, lock a rear guard, choose one of your opponent's front row rear guards and retire it. Look at the top 4 cards and choose up to 1 card with Jewel Knight in its name and Spirit Call it, and then put the rest at the bottom of the deck in any order. So hey, hefty cost, again only on the Vanguard circle, and can be only used during the main phase, which if you're not aware on how activated and all those skills work, I will try to make a separate video, probably a YouTube short, depends. And then here's the second skill. On attack, if you have 2 or more locked rear guards, locked cards, counter +1, search up to 2 grade 2 or less cards with Jewel Knight in its name, Spirit Call them, and then shuffle your deck. And for each of your locked cards, this unit get plus 10k until the end of the turn. If you have 3 or more locked cards, until the end of the turn, your opponents could not call Sentinel from their hands to their Guardian Circle with a good card restrict, but I will be adjusting this deck to my liking, because I'm honestly, when Ashley Reverse was released in V Premium, I am not fond of its playstyle, ergo I avoided building her. Next is the Prevail Jewel Knight Yvain. This unit has the Legion ability with its partner Jewel Knight Sword Me. Again, for those who are unaware, Legion is a skill where you get to take 4 cards from your drop zone and then put it back into your deck, and then Legion with a partner card from the deck to be placed on Vanguard Circle, which in return would give this unit a total attacking power of 20k when in Legion state. So that's wow, there's a lot of terms. I'm gonna have to do a YouTube short about it to teach new players what all these terms mean. But yeah, it'll help you. In short, this kind of mechanic will help you to not deck out fast. And then next, on attack, if this unit is in Legion state, and you have 6 or more units with Jewel Knight in its card name, it gets plus 5k 1 crit. It's basically Salome, but you know, in Legion state. And then on attack Vanguard, it gets plus 2k. So it's essentially a 13k base. But sadly, the drawback is that this thing is limited only as a Vanguard. So no. But maybe again, I'll try to fix this deck to my liking. So I might run 2 or 3 copies just to prevent myself from getting decked out. One of my favorite cards when I play in V Premium, the Explode Jewel Knight Lael. On attack, choose put 2 cards from your drop zone to the bottom of your deck. Soul Charge 1, and this unit gets plus 5k until the end of the battle. It's a 15k attacker at the cost of returning 2 normal units. And plus ones, yeah, you get to increase your soul. So it kind of works for this particular Jewel Knight playstyle. If you're comboing with Ashley, which you will. And then another unit is placed on top of this unit. That new unit gets plus 10k, applicable for both Vanguard and Rearguard Circle, whereas the first skill is only applicable on the Vanguard Circle. So yeah, this is actually pretty good because thanks to regular Ashley and Ashley Reverse's ability being able to superior call during battle phase, so the pressure power is just amazingly there. So love it. Next, oh wow, a playset. Nice. The Dogmatized Jewel Knight Sybil. On attack, put a grade 2 or less card from your hand into your soul, draw a card. So yeah, I get to recharge your soul. It's pretty good, and not really much of a blind soul charge, and not really much of a plus. It's just a 1-to-1 exchange, but it does help for you to cycle off cards that you don't need from your hand. And then when another unit is placed on this unit circle, look at the top 2 cards of your deck, choose up to 1 grade 2 or less Jewel Knight and call them to the Rearguard Circle, and the rest is at the bottom of the deck. So a filter, if you run a 100% Jewel Knight deck, didn't really run this. I tried with several combos, but it just doesn't work for me. Again, for me, not for you. Maybe if you're a better deck builder than I am, maybe you have a better combo using the V version of Sybil. And yeah, as expected, only 3 copies of Sword Me. What does it do? On place on the Rearguard Circle, counterblast 1 card with Jewel Knight in its name from your damage zone. Superior call a grade 1 or less Jewel Knight in its card name from your deck to the Rearguard Circle. It's okay. When it first came out in the original era, this card was actually pretty broken because it was played a lot with Sentry Guard Dragon. But as of this, as of current, I am unsure where this card stands in. But it's still a powerful filter card because it only costs 1 counterblast, where most abilities to superior call usually cost more. But then again, now I mean, now you have like what, two excellent targets to filter your deck in the form of Pure Heart Ashley and Sword Me. So it's pretty good. Next is the copy of Charging Jewel Knight Mervidius. Well, I'll just show you guys what it does. Counterblast 1, put a normal unit from your drop zone to the bottom of your deck. Soul Charge and choose one of your cards with Jewel Knight. So unit to Jewel Knight. I gotta be specific. It gets plus 5,000 till end of turn. Yeah, it's a main phase ability, and second skill. When another unit is placed on this unit circle, you get to draw a card. So I can see myself comboing Sword Me with this. It kind of will help me to get a pseudo +1. So you know, take my words with a grain of salt, because I haven't played premium format as much, because I honestly I do not have that time, as I don't have that luxury of time as I was when I was younger. Next, the Fruiting Jewel Knight Eunice. What does it do? At the end of the battle, when it boosted, put a normal unit from your drop zone to the bottom of your deck. So charge 1, and you can bounce this from your Regard Circle to your hand. So this is good. You get, I mean, it's good in terms if you're playing defensive. But what I'm more intrigued, it's its second ability. So much like Mervidius, but it has a +1, not really +1 in advantage, but it has a +1 effect. Where when another unit is placed on this unit circle, retire one of your opponent's regard has the same column as this unit. So a excellent board wipe, and if say your opponent doesn't have anything to retire, draw one card. So if I were given an option to play between Mervidius and Eunice, opt for Eunice, just because of the chance for you to get to snipe, not really board wipe, just snipe your opponent's rearguard to reduce your opponent's capability to play the next turn. I mean, you cannot touch their hand. Fine, disturb their rearguard. I'm sure they'll be plenty pissed. Next, the 3 copies of the Calling Jewel Knight Christine. This one is actually a good grade 3 filter card. When placed on the rearguard circle, if you have 3 or more other cards with Jewel Knight in their card names, counterblast 1, reveal a grade 3 card from your hand. Switch your deck up to 1 grade 3 card with Jewel Knight in its name, and call it to the rearguard circle, then shuffle, and then end of the turn, bounce it back and discard 1 card. So it's not really much of a +1, more like a 1-to-1 exchange. However, in the current format and with the oodles amount of cards released, I'm very sure that there are other ways for you to play this card without really having a negative effect. I'm very sure of it. And hello. The starting unit, Dreaming Jewel Knight Tiffany. Yeah, if you play V Premium, you're aware what it does. On place, draw 1 card, and if you go second, you get a quick shield ticket. Yay! But since you're playing premium format, you will get an additional Guardian Shield ticket. So yeah, that's the main deck. Now let's look at your trigger zone. 1 over trigger, which is the Cactus Sanctuary over trigger. Slight Dragon of Deity of Honors, Amoteria. Is it Armoteria? Amartinoa, sorry. On reveal on drive check, choose one of your units, give it 100 million plus 100 million power, and until the end of the turn, all your rear guards get to perform drive checks. Now this is amazing. Combo this with Pure Heart Ashley. So, drive check. You don't really need much of a draw engine, draw triggers if you run this. Next, a playset of the Amulet Pure Eagle, which it's a critical trigger with an amazing effect of when Generation Break 1. Generation Break meaning you have at least one face up card in your G zone, which again I'll do another shot to explain what the hell it means in detail. So when your Vanguard attacks, put this unit into your soul. Choose one of your Vanguard, it gets plus 10,000 pounds till end of turn, and you get to draw a card. So not really much of a losing point. But I won't be playing this card since I have something better to replace Amulet Eagle with. Now this is something that is quite a staple for premium formats. This is the Sense Flare Draco Kid. When you are paying the cost for Stride, this card can be discarded as a grade 3. So Stride The strike mechanic is where you get to discard a total of card totaling to grade 3, and you get to strike a G unit, which is essentially a grade 4 unit from your G zone. So this is good. A play set, love it. And next would be, unfortunately, but then again logically, 3 copies of the Sentinel card, Flash Shield Assault. It's a draw trigger with a Sentinel effect. If you place on the Guardian Circle, discard 1 card from your hand, and you get to nullify one of your opponent's attacks. So it's pretty good, but for as long Vanguard has been around, and as much as Vanguard has been growing, yeah, Sentinels aren't much of a threat as it used to be. Yeah, not much of a threat. I mean, because you have a lot of cards that can guard restrict, that would deny your opponents from being able to use Sentinels. So you gotta find other alternative guarding methods. A copy of Innocent Ray Dragon, a grade 3 heal trigger. Wow, it's been around. If you're new, oh wow, grade 3, they are grade 3 triggers. How would I know? We've been playing standard, that's why I can't say much. So, on place on the Guardian Circle from your hand, if you do not write a grade 3 or grade 2 in this fight, you can perform the one of the following. Choose one of your Vanguard, it gets plus 10,000 attack until end of the turn. So yeah, this will actually block your opponents from doing multi-attack. Or choose one of your opponent's unit and it gets minus 2 crits. Again, this thing would help you circumvent from any form of early game rush. So this is very helpful. And then on place on the rear guard circle from your hand, if you have if your damage zone has no cards, so if no cards were put into your damage zone during the last turn, oh my god, I've become the people that I made fun of. I misread the cards. Anyway, on place on the rear guard circle from your hand, if your damage zone has no cards, put the top card of your deck into your damage zone. There. in case your opponent doesn't want to give you any damage triggers to to let you play some cards. The Blitz Order, Elementaria Sanctitude. Now this is one of the few cards that can counteract Guard Restrict, because most Guard Restrict won't allow you to play cards from your hand to the Guardian Circle, whereas this Order card will allow you to be played into the Order Zone, which can override the Guard Restrict. What does it do? Number 1, play it on it's a Blitz Order, so you can play it during your opponent's battle phase. Sorry. If your opponent has the triple drive, you don't have to pay the cost for this Order card. Oh man, coughing. So play this card by discarding 1 card from hand. If your opponent is if your Vanguard is grade 2 or less, choose one of your unit and it cannot be hit until the end of the battle. It's essentially a Sentinel, but it's removed from the game after being used. And this thing is powerful in premium format and much needed. So there goes the main deck portion of this deck. Let's have a look at the G zone and the Crest card that will make this deck even more powerful as how it's designed. Fee-fi-fo-fum. I smell the blood of an Englishman. Be living or be dead. I'll grind his bones to mix my bread. Let your child experience the first-hand thrill of playing as Jack and other memorable characters in the Jack and the Beanstalk Speech and Drama Holiday Program this coming school holiday. Further information around this poster and in the description box of this video. Blubricks, building skills for life. Now let's have a look at the G zone. The G zone essentially contains grade 4 cards that are useful during battle phase or useful during defensive measures. We'll start off with, oh man, finally Bushiroad gave something that's worth our monies. Harmonix Messiah. Now when this first came out, it's essentially a vanilla G unit. Vanilla meaning that it has no skills. But after it's retrained from history collection, from being a worthless card, it became an uber expensive card. What's so special about this thing? Well, let's look at this long text here, shall we? Number one, you're only restricted to having only one Harmonic Messiah in your deck. Okay, sure, why not? Next, strike cost, discard cards that are a total of grade 3 from your hand to the drop zone, and you can strike this from your G zone to your Vanguard circle. So you get to put this on the Vanguard circle, and you get to add its attack to your heart, the card below your G unit. The card's original power to the G unit. So it's pretty neat. I'm saying this as if I've just started playing G units. Funny. Okay, next. When this unit is placed on the Vanguard circle, choose any number of your locked cards and unlock them. Choose the same number of your cards from your hand as the number of cards unlocked by this effect and discard them. So if you're up against Link Joker, this is pretty good. However, you gotta get ready to lose some cards. I mean, it's a fair trade-off. Now, it's, I guess, fourth effect can only be activated either on the Vanguard circle or the G zone. When this unit is placed on the Vanguard circle, or at the beginning of your turn, if this card is face up, your damage zone has 2 or less cards, and no new cards was put into your damage zone during your opponent's previous turn, meaning the turn before you go. Put the top card of your deck into your damage zone and then draw a card. So yeah, this thing can help you combat against players who damage deny you, who won't allow you to get new cards in your damage zone. I mean, in the game of Vanguard, you will lose if you have 6 damage. However, there are certain strategies where opponents refuse to give you any damage because they know that you can use your damages as your form of resource system. So that's a pretty good design choice by Bushiroad. It forces people to think of their strategies. What if they try to beat down their opponents but they cannot finish it? Your opponents get to use those cards in the damage zone and have more advantage over it. And last, its final skill in the G zone. It's only activated in the G zone, where when your grade 1 unit is placed by riding it from a grade 0, if you went second, reveal this card and then add a Guardian Shield ticket into your hand. So pretty good. I mean, I can see why this card was. Well, I'm actually using fighting moves over there. Was and probably is expensive to this recording, but then again, it's already reprinted in the deck set, so hopefully the price has gone down, so people can get this very useful card that's needed in all decks. Next would be, oh man, are they for real? 3 copies of the Climax Jewel Knight Lord Evangeline. What does it do? Oh yeah, I forgot. This is the retrained version. I have the original version. So, yeah, you saw the strike cost, so I don't have to go through again. Second skill, from the G zone, if your Vanguard is a grade 3 leading Jewel Knight Salome with limit break 4 ability, and you do not have if you do not get any imaginary gift in this fight, choose 1 or more cards from your hand, the sum of grade 3, and then strike this. Oh wow, you can rush this. This is basically a Garblade. So you can technically strike this earlier on when you are at grade 3 and your opponents are at grade 2, and then let's see. Do you get two force markers? Yes, you get 2 force markers. Huh? You get 2 force markers and a Salome crest. Amazing. Strike this card in your then turn a card of Jewel Knight from its name in the G zone face up. Wow, this is actually pretty good. Now, its third ability. Oh yeah, later I'll show you what does the crest look like and how will it help this deck, since you're gonna get 2 imaginary gifts. It's pretty good. Okay, so what do you get? If you have a card with Jewel Knight in its name, if you have a heart card with Jewel Knight in its name, or your heart cards are basically cards that are underneath your Vanguard that is underneath your G unit that you strike. Okay, anyway, so if you have a heart card with Jewel Knight in its name, you have 3 or more rearguards with Jewel Knight in its name. All units with Jewel Knight will get plus 3,000 power for each face-up card called, if they name Climax Jewel Knight Lord Evangeline until the end of the turn. So essentially you're supposed to have 4 copies of this thing. So let's just say you have 3 copies face up in your G zone. You essentially all the units will get plus 9,000 until the end of the turn. It might not be much, but then again, bear in mind the Jewel Knight strategy has always been strike in numbers. So the more Jewel Knights you have, let's just say you have like what, all six Jewel Knights in your from your Vanguard circle to your 5 Rearguard circle. The power up is immense, and added with the superior calling ability of Pure Heart Ashley, mwah, music to my ears. Next, the one cop. Honestly, being a Royal Paladin player, playing one copy of this is more than enough. Divine Knight of Triumph Eulogius. Strike cost, skill number 2, on attack, counter blast 1. Turn a card from your G zone face up. Draw the same number of cards from your rear guards, and then call the same number of cards from your hand that you drew to the rear guard circle. Now, if you have 5 or more rear guards, you get +1 imaginary force. 50-50, but then again, you're already running Salome, so you might not need this in your deck, honestly speaking. Next would be the Generation Break 8 card, the Divine Knight of Condensed Light, Obvious Avalon. This is actually a pretty good end-all be-all card. Why do I say that? Well, let's see its ability. Now, Generation Break 8, you can only activate it if you have a total of 8 cards in your G zone, or 7 cards in your G zone and +1 card in your Vanguard circle. Then you can activate the ability. On attack, counter +1, search your deck up to 5 cards and call them to separate rear guards until end. Call them to separate rear guards, and until end of turn, each one of them will get +4000 and +1 critical. So this is a good end game card if you can push it to open up 8 G unit cards from your G zone as fast as you can. But there are ways. Remember, I've been playing this game since 2012, so I have my fair share of strategies. I'm not going to say I'm the best, but I'm well aware on how to play cards like this. Oh, lovely! Sadly, I already have 4 copies of this thing, but hey, having extras won't hurt. The Holy Dragon, Crystal Luster Dragon. Skipping the first skill, second skill. Main phase. Turn a card from your G zone face up. Choose one of your hot cards and end of the turn. This unit gets all the original abilities of that card. So all the original abilities. So imagine the library of cards the Royal Paladin has, and if you want to play some Captive Sanctuary cards, might as well. You get to inherit your Heart's ability. This is one of the few selling points that made Crystal Luster Dragon strong and highly sought after. And then its third skill. Now this is even more retarded. Now, it's a continuous ability. If you have 3 or more Grade 2 or greater units, when your opponents would call cards from their hand to the Guardian Circle, they are forced to call 3 at the same time. And for its time of the release, this card, probably up till now, it's still very powerful because it drains your opponent's hands like water. And I'm so glad that I got 4 copies of this beautiful thing. So yay for me, ladies and gents, yay for me. Next, the one copy of camera need to focus. And I kind of like this card actually. Divine Knight of Twin Blade, Saint of Twin Sword. Second skill, on attack, while boosted, counter blast 1. Choose turn a card from your G zone face up. Search your deck up to 2 Grade 2 cards and call them and shuffle your deck. Now, when your unit is placed on the Guardian Circle, that unit gets +5k for each face-up card in your G zone. So this would be a good late game card, but also can be played early, just so that you can filter your deck faster. Oh man, this used to be my go-to card during the G era. Aerial Divine Knight Altmal. What does it do? Second skill, on place on the Vanguard Circle, turn another copy of Aerial Divine Knight Altmal face up, and until the end of the turn, this unit will get, all front row will get +3000 power, and if your G zone has 2 or more face-up cards, you can search your deck up to 1 Grade 2 card and Spirit Call it, and that unit gets +5k. This would normally be a second stride option. It will always be a second stride option. I do not see any reason for this thing to be a first stride option, just because in the older games, or even now, I don't see any point for you to go through all that hassle just to get a +3k front row. Not really worth it. Really, it's not really that worth it. Now, G Guardians. Okay, these don't go on your Vanguard Circle. These go on your Guardian Circle, and it really helps you on your defensive capabilities. So this one is the Faithful Sacred Staff Morgos. So what does Morgos does? It's a G Guardian unit, 15k shield. What does it do? Well, number one, you gotta pay the cost. The cost, first skill cost, you gotta discard a card with a heal trigger icon from your hand to the drop zone, and then when this unit is put on the Guardian Circle, choose one of your grade 2 units, and until end of the turn, it gets plus 10,000 power, 10,000 shield, and a special ability when it intercepts, it's counter blast 1 and soul blast 1. It gets to perform a Sentinel ability. It doesn't say Sentinel, but those who play Vanguard long enough can tell it's essentially a Sentinel ability. A good card, but might be a double-edged sword if your opponent is running a deck that kind of screws you over your front row, so you won't be able to intercept. So play safe, run 1. Personally, I run 1 myself. Oh, not a fan of this one. The Sacred Beast. Wait, the Holy Beast, Divine Masgal. What does it do? Generation Break 1, on place on the Guardian Circle. If your front row has a rear guard, any rear guard regardless of grade, cost, turn another G Guardian unit from your G zone face up, and this unit gets plus 10k, so it's essentially a 25k shield. Not a fan, just because it's quite, I don't know, the requirements are just not worth, unless I have a front row rear guard that can protect itself from being tampered in any shape or form. Next is the Holy Dragon, Laser Guard Dragon. What does it do on place? If you have a grade 2 rear guard, this unit is plus 5k. Don't like it, didn't like it at all. It's just a 20k shield. So when the other G Guardians existed in the G era, no hesitation, I got rid of this. I never liked it. Too little shield value. Oh, hello. This one is the Vivid Sacred Staff, Andragius. If you have 2 or more grade 2 rear guards, plus 10k shield. So it's a 25k shield. Again, too much of a requirement. But I might be able to play this card without an. Hey, I just got an idea. I cannot wait to make a follow-up video on this. Next is your last G Guardian that came from this deck. This one is the Mixed Elements Colburn. What does it do? Well, on place on the Guardian Circle during the battle that your opponent Vanguard's attack, discard a card, and this unit gets plus 5k for every 2 cards in your opponent's hands. And in premium format, those people who played Vanguard for long are well known to have a massive amount of hand size for their defensive. So this is useful. This is useful. Legit, like let me see the cost again. Yeah, just discarding 1 card to gain like massive amount of shields. Why not? Now, just general rule, G Guardians your G zone is often known to have not often known, it's basically by the rules. You can only have up to 16 cards in your G zone. Of course, same basic ruling. Maximum of 4 copies of a card. So based on here, I guess it's 16. 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 15. Am I counting this correctly? 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Oh, 15. Oh, okay. Next would be, this is your quick shield ticket. You can only get this. You can only get this ticket if you go second. Same goes for the Guardian Shield ticket. Now the difference between Quick Shield and Guardian Shield, whereby Quick Shield is a 5k shield, but yeah, it's a blitz order where you can play during your opponent's turn, and the Guardian Shield is again another blitz order, but you get a 20k shield in that regard. Next will be your force markers, featuring the leading Junite Salome. This is force 1. When you place this force marker on any circle, units from that circle will get plus 10,000 power until the end of the turn. No activity during your turn, and it's permanent. Yeah, it's a marker, so it's permanent. And this is force 2. This itself would grant the unit on that circle to change their original crit into 2 crits. So every attack, your opponent will take 2 damages instead of 1. It's pretty good when it was first introduced. It opened up quite a number of unique deck builds. Next would be Now this is the crest that I'm talking about. Now if your heart is a leading Jewel Knight Salome with the limit break 4 ability, the climax Jewel Knight Lord Evangeline on your Vanguard circle gets all the ability of your heart, and when you pay the cost for those acquired abilities for the first time each turn, reduce the cost by 2. So yeah, free cost superior calling, why not? Then its next ability, the original power of your grade 3 cards with limit break 4 ability is it becomes 13,000, so including hard cards. Okay, that's pretty neat. Your Vanguard with limit break 4 ability is are active even if your damage zone is 3 or less. So to the eye of the inexperienced, it seemed not much, but for me, who has experience playing Jewel Knight, especially in the original era, this is pretty good for my turn 3 game onwards. So hey, thank you Bushido, and looks like we have some extra cards. Oh hey, a 4th copy of Evangeline. There we go. I thought I lost you. 4th copy, love it, and it's a foil finish card. So yeah. Oh yeah, let me just put this somewhere here. Just make space. There we go. There we go. There we go. See, everybody can fit into the family photo. No one's excluded. Oh, some more extra force markers. Oh, these are foiled. Hey. Bling bling baby, bling bling. But sadly, unless this deck has a way to allow me to attack from the back row, I don't mind playing four copies of Force 2. However, as of now, there's no way for any form of Royal Paladin or generic Cactus Sanctuary support that allows your unit to attack from the back row, unless if it's a Vanguard ability. Otherwise, cards like this would be so useful. Oh well. Live and learn. Okay, so that's it for the unboxing. I appreciate you all for spending your time to watch this video, and yeah, I'll be seeing you all again in the next one, which I'll be opening Revenges. Let me know in the comment section below what do you think. Also, in case you're wondering if you want to play premium format at my shop, HobbySpot, well, we host premium format tournament every Friday. So I hope you're interested to join every Friday at 8 PM because prizes are basically you get good promo cards for your premium decks, which helps a lot. Okay, so be grateful. I'll see you guys again in the next video. Bye guys.